Asha, it means woman, wife. It's interchangeable. So what is a concubine? It's a heathen woman, which is a woman. A heathen is a woman outside of our people. Okay? Outside of Negro, Latino, Native American, which are the Israelites. All the other women outside of those people are considered concubines, which will be an inferior ranked wife or woman. Okay? Abraham, our forefather, had Hagar, okay, which was an Egyptian woman or a Hamite of the seed, which came from the line of Mizraim, okay, all right, as a concubine, okay, and he had a son with that woman, with Hagar, which was Ishmael, okay, and he had also Keturah, which he married after he had after Sarah died, and he had 6 sons with her. Okay. Then you had King David, he had concubines, and also Solomon had concubines, which was women of the other nations. Okay, 300 of them. That's concubines. He had 700 princesses, which are Israelite women, and 300 concubines, which are the heathen women. Okay. Who else? And Jacob, all right, Zilpah and Bilhah, which were the handmaids for Leah and Rachel, they were given unto Jacob, all right, and those women were heathen women. Okay, so this nigga don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, simple ass nigga. But let's read that scripture again, and then we'll get it. We're also in the law say you could deal with women of the other nation as your wife. So back, we broke down the word concubine, which is just an inferior wife that's not on the level of a regular wife. Okay, for Israelite man, Negro, Latino, Native American man, our regular wife will be a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American woman. Our concubines will be women outside of our people, and that includes the white woman, because they're the so-called white man and his woman are slaves by birth. Their birthright was that they shall serve us. Okay, going back to Jacob and Esau. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. But back into the law, Leviticus 25:44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have. Okay? Because the word bondman in the Hebrew is Strong's Hebrew 5650. Ibad, which means slave, servant, manservant, subjects. So both the man that we can have as slaves or servants or subjects under us under our subjection, the man and thy bondmaids. Bondmaid, Strong's Hebrew 519, Amah, which means maid, servant, female slave, maid, handmaid, concubine, which thou shalt have. So the Lord said we shall have these things, shall be of the heathen, the other nations that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. So if we want a concubine, we can get one of these women of the other nations. Now, is the nation of Edom considered heathens? Yes. Let's prove it. Simple ass nigga, man. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Okay. So is the nation of Edom considered heathens? Yes. What did it say in the law? It said that we can purchase them as bondmen or bondmaids. As bondmaids, i.e. concubines. Okay. Simple as nigga, man. Get this one in Deuteronomy 21 and then I'll wrap it up. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10. It says, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies. Who are our enemies again? This is Nehemiah 5 and 9. See who our enemies are. Nehemiah 5 and 9 says, also I said, it is not good that ye do, ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies. Okay, so the heathen are our enemies, the other nations. Back in Deuteronomy 21 and 10. When thou goest to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God have delivered them into thine hands, and thou shalt take them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. You see, so, alright. So if we was going to war with the nation of Edom, which that's coming up soon in these race wars, we go to war with them, kill the men, okay? Alright? Let me hop to that. Let me get that precept real quick. And then we go back to that. This is Deuteronomy 20 and 13. It says, and when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hand, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Okay? That's plain. So part of the spoil of our enemies would be their women. Okay? Alright? So back to Deuteronomy 21 and 11. Seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. So if you see, say you go to war with these heathens, which in the race wars, which is coming up, when we go to war with these heathens, okay, and their men get put to death, their women is spoiled, okay, and say you see amongst them, and you like, oh yeah, I like that woman right there. I like how that Edomite woman looks, so-called white woman look. I want her. Alright, you have a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife as a concubine, because she won't be on the same status as a regular wife. She'll be an inferior wife. Okay. Verse 12. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and purr her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. That's plain. So, with his statement saying that teaching is off, he doesn't know, he don't understand the law, statutes, and commandments concerning Israelite men dealing with women of the other nations. Okay? So, I mean, that's the point right there. The law say if we wanted to purchase a bondmaid, which is a handmaid, maid, female slave, female servant, concubine. A concubine is basically a woman that you have sex with, okay, because marriage is sex, but she's at an inferior level. She ain't on the level as your main woman, okay? She's like your second or third, all right? And it said the heathen. Edom, so-called white man, is a heathen, so his woman will be considered a concubine. Alright, so he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. So, you know, hopefully that was edifying. Try to keep it as short as possible without rambling. But I want to say, death to this simple ass nigga. Alright? You know. And, you know, whatever brother's preferences concerning a particular tribe they like of women, or what particular heathen women they like, that's up to them. Okay? Alright? We don't put commandments in men. We ain't gonna say, hey brother, you can't deal with the white woman, or hey brother, don't deal with the Hamite woman, or hey brother, don't deal with this particular woman. Hey, it's up to you. Alright? Now if brothers give certain advice, I mean it's key to listen to. You know, take that in consideration, but whatever your preference is, that's up to you. Okay? But you just do it in righteousness. Alright? So with that, I'm the brother Taza Wamia from GMS South Carolina camp, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemal Shai. Double honors to those, a great millstone, and shalom to the Akim out there pushing the truth. Death to this simple ass nigga, and death to niggas like this that's trying to sow discord among the brethren. Alright? With that, shalom.